So what's up, people? Welcome to the What's Been Going On of this week, from the 14th to the 20th of April, this time in a forest at night alone, which seems a bit scary to be fair, but I had to film this where I am no matter the conditions, and this time I'm filming this in a freaking forest. But this was my second full week in Helsinki, so my second full week in Finland. And it was a great week. Like, it was Easter week as well. So in Latin America, in Spain, in Italy, it is usually called as la Semana Santa. So yeah, back home it is like a very important week. Thursday and Friday are holidays, like for everybody. And I think that the full week is holiday when you're a student, like no matter what student, like university, high school, preschool, like whatever the student has this week as a holiday week. Here it is not like in Finland. I don't know. I've been on holiday for like a month. Hold on. Well, I have no idea how does it work here. Yeah. Well, I have no idea how does it work here, but I don't think it's a holiday. Well, at least not a full week, but the Monday after the Easter week, it's like that day is a holiday. But the Easter week itself, it's not a holiday, which makes no sense. So just because of that, for me, that's a special week already. And lots of things happened this week. So interestingly, in Tuesday I had an interview for one of the masters, which went horribly, but I think it was great that it went horribly, because it was not one of my favorite masters. It was not in the city I wanted it to be, and they told me like I was not as prepared as I should have been. I was not in a full suit, even though this is a Zoom meeting. I was not in a full suit. They told me in my face like, "Oh, you're not dressed appropriately." I was like, okay, that's already a tough way to start the interview. Then they made me some questions, and to be fair, I was not as prepared as I should have been. 100% true. I will not lie. They were right, but they were going into it, and they got me with some of those questions, and it got me thinking a lot. And for the next interviews that I will have, because I will continue to have these interviews, I'll be 1,000 times way more prepared, and I'm very happy that it happened on a master I didn't really want to go, rather than one that I really actually wanted to be in. So I saw it as a practice, as a moraleja, as we say in Spanish, like something that you learn in a little, like these little stories for kids. So I'm glad that happened as well. I went to the city center of Helsinki finally. So I've been here for 2 weeks. I didn't go to the city center for like a week and a half. I went twice, which was great. I got to meet the iconic spots. I went to sushi buffet. To be fair, that was probably my favorite time in the center as well. I met with my French friends that I haven't seen in a long time. Well, no, I saw them right the day I got to Helsinki, but I was meant to see them way more often, and I only saw them that day. They were with other French guys, so it's like French plus French. We were watching the PSG match. That was great. It was great. We had a good time. Paris went to the semifinals, which was great. Then I saw the awful Madrid match, where Madrid lost in the Bernabeu. I saw it with Nelma, so yeah, that was tough to see, man. I really thought they were gonna come back. They didn't. Like the day before the match, I was speaking with the French guys, and like a half of them, like out of 8, like 4, we said like, yeah, they can come back, and bam, not coming back. But now Paris has to play against Arsenal, which it's gonna be tough for Paris. It's gonna be very tough. Hopefully Paris wins. Let's be honest. I don't want Arsenal to win. But you never know. As well, I have to say this has been the week I've eaten the best in the whole year. every single day, I mean, we were making great food. Like, one of the days as well that we went to the center. The second, like, we went to the center twice. The second day we went to a real Japanese market, like actually Japanese products, and we bought like a lot of stuff. And it, like, every single plate we made could have easily been sold at a restaurant. I'm not kidding. Like, the food this week was that good. I exercised as well, so I'm not sick. I've been exercising. Life is just great, man. And I'm in vacation this week, sort of. My watch is coming, has been sent. I don't think it's a scam. It could have been a scam. But it's coming, and I'm very excited for it. I did a couple of calls with some friends that I haven't spoken with in a while, which was great as well. And on Friday, so I went to a sauna, which doesn't seem like, it doesn't sound that big of a deal. For me it was, because in France, in my gym, they have a little sauna, so everybody goes dressed to the sauna with shorts or a towel or whatever. Here in Finland, the sauna thing is totally different. People go naked to that freaking sauna. I was at a residential sauna, so I was not the only one there, but at least there was not 100 naked dudes next to me, which is a good news already. But I was naked there. It felt weird. I don't know how people do it here. I have no idea. Why don't you just put a towel? Like, a towel doesn't cost anything to nobody. But no, you have to be naked. But yeah, that's experience. But, you know, I'm criticizing it. But that's experience, and I'm glad I actually did it. As well, people drink beer there. They throw the beer at the sauna, like rocks that produce the heat. That's interesting, which produces a great smell for some reason. It smells like baked bread, like a bakery in the morning, which was interesting. And yeah, I have to be fair, it was a great week. Not much was done in a productive way when you think it like that, but it was a vacation week in Helsinki. I have a couple more weeks here, which makes me very happy. Like, to be fair, I'm having a great time here. And as well, I did an exam. Okay, it's nothing is guaranteed, nothing, but maybe I could already find a job, like a part-time job, to put it with my studies. So in France there is something called alternance, which is that you work 2 weeks and you study 2 weeks. But the difficulty here is finding an enterprise that will take you. And I've been applying to hundreds of enterprises, and one, which is probably my favorite, has replied back, and they made me a test. There were 3 tests. So the first one went awfully, the second one went perfectly, and the third one was mid. But the second one was like the most difficult one. It was the math test, and I got 100%. Like, I got the results. So the first one was very bad. I didn't have the things. I could have gone good. That's why I'm pissed off, because I know it could have gone well if I had like a paper and a calculator next to me. But I thought it was like a logical test or a personality test that like companies do, but it was not at all. It was like doing a math test. Like it was like the exams that universities do in France to make you enter them, sort of like that. Which, if I would have known, I would have gotten a great grade, which I did in the second exam. And the third exam went, I would say it went very good. Oh my. So yeah, it went well. I think in 2 weeks they'll tell me if they'll continue the process with me or not, which I'm happy about. Maybe imagine they take me, and I get the part-time job and the master, and I move to that's my dream. Who knows if that can happen, but it can happen, you know. if I don't believe, nobody's gonna believe. So at least that's something. And yeah, and that was the what's been going on of this week. Some food that I've eaten this week was barbecue chicken, ramen, sushi, meat, great salads. And yeah, that was this week. Another week in Helsinki. Yeah, as well, next week is gonna be great. I think I'm going to an island with a castle. Then I'm going to the beach. As well, we may go to another town that's close to Helsinki, which like cute little houses. I may even go. I think we're planning to go to a forest, so like the national park, like the biggest national park in Finland. And yeah, can't wait. To be fair, life is great. I'm gonna have a very tough time when I'll have to live here. Like, I'm having just a great time being with Nilma in her place. You know, life is great. I'm seeing my French friends. I'm exercising. I'm eating great. Life is just great. Weather is not that good, but I don't mind. You know, it's like life is that good that I couldn't care less about the weather. And hopefully everything goes well. Hopefully I get the job. And yeah, hopefully they accept me the masters I want. And the next interview, I'll certainly be prepared. And yeah, that was my week, my Easter week of 2025. And yeah, see you next week with the next What's Been Going On. Bye.